peppers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuel reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight for the top of the key. What's good?
What's up, man?
What's good, man? You know, playoff basketball, playoff basketball.
Playoff basketball.
Yeah, and with that being said, the first announcement that came through, your boy, Bullethead Pritchard, Peyton
Yeah.
Pritchard, sixth man of the year. Sixth man of the year, man. Big ups to my boy Peyton Pritchard, man. And
Shout
man,
out
they
to him.
got
He was lights out. Top five in threes made on the season. Coming off the bench. Shot 40% while shooting a high clip, so uh, he deserved it. And his contribution directly contributed to winning as well.
yeah, because if you look, the starting five for the Celtics is pretty much all they got on a
Yeah.
consistent basis. That's all they have. And then you got, if you starting Drew, White, JB, JT, and Porzingis, then you got Al Horford coming off the bench. So Peyton Pritchard's, whatever he contributes is very key. Because otherwise they ain't got nothing else. You ain't talking about Hauser. You ain't talking about who the tall 7 foot on the bench.
Cornette.
Cornette. You ain't really talking about him too much. You damn sure ain't talking about anybody else. They don't really play Tillman. Um, and if they even got rookies, they not running with any of them. So I
Yeah.
mean, what he provides is key. So speaking of what he provides, 14 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. He's a plus six. He's a plus six in a game. But 3.5 assists per game, almost a steal per game. Um, so I
Production,
was
production, production off the bench. He
production
comes
off
in
the
and
bench.
he plays his role very well. He knows what they ask of him. He knows what's expected of him. He come out there and he give it to them.
It reminds me of when he was going through tough times, being young in the NBA. And he was upset because he wasn't getting the contract that he thought he deserved, and he was, you know, kind of threatening to leave or whatever. And what he didn't understand, it's all a business. You're gonna leave, you're gonna leave. But it kind of got to a hostile point in contract negotiations, and they was like talking to him, like, "What is the issue?" And it was like, "I deserve a bigger piece," because they were trying to decide. Kemba Walker, Kyrie Irving, and the others, and he like, y'all looking at all these people, and I'm sitting right here. And they too much like Kyrie Irving probably like 6'3", Peyton Pritchard, they got 6'1", but he probably 5'11", 6 foot. But he like, you talking about Kemba Walker, like we the same size, I'm younger and all this other stuff. And he took it personally. And and it paid dividends because now you see he got him a spot, six man. Um Now he got six man of the year. So hey, big ups. Lock in.
Mm,
Know what you deserve, player.
definitely like that. That's what Jeff T was saying. Jeff T was saying Peyton Pritchard actually goddamn took his spot. So he was saying when he was on when Jeff T was on Boston, he said that Boston decided that they was gonna keep Pritchard and let Jeff T go. So he said when he played with Pritchard, Pritchard is one of the most fundamentally sound people he ever got the chance to play with. He does everything the right way. He really trains everything as if he's his dad's watching. Like he's that type
Yeah.
of trainer. You know what I mean? You know, and people that know what that mean, you know what that mean. Like he does everything the right way. He's one is when everything looks like it's textbook. So he plays that way. And him being an undersized guard, you it makes sense when you hear people talk like he didn't come with he couldn't get by with the swag dribbling. No, I got to do everything the right way. I score, I shoot the ball the right way, I catch hands ready, my feet ready, everything, all the things that you need to be successful. He maximized his engine that he was given at 5'11. He took a Honda and turned that, and he out there racing with Porsches and Bentley. He out there competing with 6'8s and 6'9s, and he doing it at a high level. So hats off to him.
Yeah. And he talked that noise. He backed it
Yeah.
up. Unlike Dennis Schroeder, when Dennis Schroeder said he was gonna make the Lakers regret letting him go. And him and his wife was having all that big noise on the internet, and he was saying he gonna show them that he was worth that money. And then yeah.
Well, Dennis
So
Schroeder is kind of worth that money.
yeah, but he didn't show it that next year though. That's what I'm saying. Like even if you look at him in FIBA, he was big. He was big. He's big on Germany. You know what I'm saying? But that next year, if you go look at the year when the Lakers let him go, and you go look at all the talking they was doing back and forth and how him and his lady was chirping online, you gonna go see that's back when he was beefing with Kyrie Irving, all that shit, talking about he never wear another pair of Kyrie Irvings. Go look and see what he did that next year. You be like, okay.
But this season, like Schroeder's a very capable ball player. He started the season on the Nets, averaging 20. Um, Went to the Warriors mid-season or early season, got traded to the Warriors. That was a disaster. And
Yes.
then now back on Detroit, he just won them a game. Like
Oh, that
big shot, big
three-pointer, that
shot.
same shot he couldn't make on the Warriors, I think it was too much pressure.
Yeah, and you see, like one thing I seen about K don't have a problem giving the ball up. Like late game, the ball was in Shooter hands a lot that game. Like if you was watching that game, Shooter was bringing the ball up a lot at the end of the game. Shooter took the shot at the end of the game. Like Shooter was K. Even though K was killing that game, he killed the Knicks. Like he put on the show against the Knicks. We know we're gonna talk about it, but at late game, he don't mind trusting his teammates. Like he plays. Cade has a veteran mentality, and when you look at who went 1, 2, 3, wasn't it him and Jalen? Jalen got all the athleticism in the world and all the talent in the world. Cade plays like he's been in the NBA 3, 4, 5 years already.
That's that college verse. That's that college verse that G League. That's the college verse that G League.
Like Cade, just his game, like his the way his game is. K is just a savvy ball player. Like none of the his game is miles ahead of all the players in that class. No matter where they came from, no matter where they played, where they was at, no matter whether they was national player of the year, no matter if they college team went all the way to the championship and his team didn't, no matter if they was high out of high school like Jalen, high out of high school, highly ranked over, it don't matter. His game is head and shoulders more savvy than everybody in that class. Like he just plays like a vet. He moves like a vet. He dominates like a vet. He trusts his team. He don't get heady and just chuck threes. He don't shoot a lot. Like he controls the game like a I don't want to say a Chris Paul LeBron. Like that's real heavy praise, but like he controls the game like that. And when you going against a like watching watching how Jalen Brunson played in that game and how he was like trying to bait all the fouls and just looking for fouls and 20 some seconds before he made a pass, and then watching the other point guard who's a ball dominant point guard, but how he was letting everybody eat while he was being dominant. He wouldn't have let Cat go not taking the shot.
Yeah.
Cade wouldn't have let that happen. Cat didn't take a shot in the second half after going 5 for 7 in the first half, cooking in the first half. Didn't take a shot in the second half. I mean, didn't take a shot. 17 minutes left in the game. 5 minutes left in the third quarter was the last time he took a shot. You can't do that. A savvy point guard is going to continue to keep his team engaged. I can't imagine you as a point guard going all game, getting to where you just shooting, and now we just sitting there watching you playing basketball.
Yeah.
On your conscience, that's on your conscience if you start shooting too much. Like I don't even know what you be thinking, but I can tell even if you cooking, you would start passing the ball.
Yeah.
But some like you have that savvy as a guard to play basketball. He has that, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of the Knicks, we finna get into the round one, game two conversations. You had the Knicks versus they kicked it off, the Knicks versus the Pistons, and I'm talking to my boys. I said, "Who y'all got?" At that time, I think the Pistons were winning. I told them I picked the Pistons to win, because I could see the drive in that team. They had game one, they gave it away. They was up what 20 or did yeah, or it was either that or the Knicks went on a 20-something scoring spree to flip the lead. And I was like, I think they're gonna learn from that. And Cade, he not fond of losing. He got some hard, some young gunners, hard charges next to him. I feel like they was gonna make the right decisions, the right improvements, and then to have JB Biggerstaff as one of the front runners for Coach of the Year, that comes into play as well. I'm taking the Pistons to win that game. Um, I'm taking the Pistons to win that game, and that's what they did. They closed it out. It was a great game, and just seeing because both of them have a basketball inside of their logos, right? It
Mhm.
reminds me of when I was a kid playing a basketball game on Sega Genesis, and the Pistons was one of the teams. The Knicks was one of the teams. Of course, the Bulls, and somebody get the Bulls, you got to pick another one of the teams. It just reminds me of when I was playing those 1D games on Sega Genesis, and to see them going at it, I'm like, man, I remember the Detroit Pistons logo has looked the same for a long time. And I just remember that as a kid, you used to look at that and I didn't know who was on what. Nothing. I knew Michael Jordan. That's what I knew. I ain't know anything else. And so it's crazy to see this matchup. One of those games we were talking about, we was raving about the Clippers and the Nuggets, and that's next. But this was a great game to lead into another great game. Beautiful night of basketball where I was up until midnight watching basketball. I wasn't turning that shit off. And it was very much worthwhile. So Kay Cunningham, 33 points, 12 rebounds. What you say? He's a basketball player, and he let his team go out and do what they need to do. Um, I think this is gonna potentially come down to 7 games because you got all production. You got one lineup with a whole starting five giving you double digits on the Knicks, but you get a mediocre, not even a mediocre game from Cat, 10.6 rebounds. I'll let you hit on that, Quell. But you can't have those type of games. Cat Brunson, you can't let them have those type of games. You need to, like you was saying, you're doing too much. Get your people involved. And now you're only getting 8 points off the bench. The Knicks is another team where you look at their bench, like, where is your bench? Whereas Dennis Schroeder gave you 20 points off the bench for the Pistons. But Tim Hardaway, 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 6 from the 3-point line. Azor fouled out, only 5 points. I don't understand how you raise them to be basketball players, but you don't quite teach them how to shoot. I done taught my kids how to shoot. Quell will tell you, growing up, I didn't know how to shoot and I wouldn't shoot. I taught my kids how to shoot. I can tell you, my kids ain't finna be 6'7", 6'8". So you seeing how tall you are, how tall your lady is, you see the genes in your family, you know your kids gonna be tall. Teach them how to shoot. Cause I feel like the Thompson twins got a lot to offer, but the knock against them, they can't shoot. And then Tobias Harris only 15 points, got to be more assertive. But that was still a beautiful game. Quill, what you got to add to that?
Um, Great game by the Pistons. Great game by the Pistons because Asar, even though Jalen Brunson had 37, he took 27 shots. Um, he was baiting fouls left and right. If you go look at it, Asar did not foul out of the game. If you go look at the last two fouls, Jalen Brunson hooked him and then spun onto the ground. That's one foul. And then the other one, Asar hands straight up, jumped straight up. Jalen Brunson jumped from behind the 3-point line into him in front of the 3-point line after he just jumped for the three, called the foul. Asar played great defense. And that's why they can't win this. That's why. Because Jalen Brunson, for some reason, we start the game off, Cat scored 10 in the first half. 5 for 7 in the first half. That young boy, Jalen Duren, even though he's good, he can't play cat's game defensively.
Mm-mm.
He could guard the paint, but if Cat go give him 3, 4 touches in the paint, boom, over the shoulder, over the shoulder. Now Jalen Duren locked in. I got to guard him in the paint. Cat can now step out, and now it's chess. All he needs is 2 or 3 of them down there, just to make sure you know I can do this. That's it. Once he score 1 or 2 down in the paint, or turn over the shoulder and get him in one good foul, 2 fouls down there. Now Jalen Duren has to play a whole different game. When you just not even giving him the ball, when he takes 11 total shots, him and Anunoby taking the same shots, I think Mikal Bridges and Anunoby should take the same shots. That's just me. Josh Hart and Anunoby should be taking the same shots. Mikal Bridges shouldn't have 19 shots. Jalen got 27, 29, and Cat got 11.
Yeah.
That needs to switch. Because when Cat get 11, now Cat is more engaged defensively. Now he gonna go get you those 11, 12 rebounds he was getting all year because now he hooping. He wants to hoop. You know how people will, once you hit a shot, now you go back on defense, get back. Everybody, you start doing stuff that's when you're not touching the ball, little stuff like that could be a rebound. Little stuff like that could be a dive on the floor or get out of bounds just because your energy's up, because you're engaged. Even if you touching it and you getting an assist, yeah, now you doing this walking down the court, now you get a steal. But when you ain't touching it because Jalen dribbling the ball, ISO 1-on-1 for 11 seconds, trying to get a foul, now you catching and just shooting bombs because you catching cherry bombs and with 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left, we not hooping.
Yeah.
That's why we losing the game. And then when you playing that way and we down by 10.
So what you think, what you calling for game 3 in order for the Knicks to win, what they gotta do?
They gotta go back to Detroit.
Yeah.
This series is over, but this series is over, Buster. Like, you talked about a starter that went 0 for 8. They bench got Malik Beasley and Schroeder on it. And Isaiah Stewart on it.
And Malik Beasley struggled. He was 2 for 9 that game. Malik Beasley was 2 for 9 that game. He struggled 1 for 8 from the 3.
Don't even matter. They still got to buy all of their.
No, what I'm saying is they had that type of game, and Malik Beasley struggled. So imagine.
Struggle, yeah. 0 for 8 from Tim Hardaway. Let Tim Hardaway go get 10. Let Malik Beasley have a regular 6-man game. Tobias can keep his 15. Asor can go get you 10 too. Y'all really can get blown out by 15, 20. Just by them having a regular game. Because if y'all play, because Jalen, for some reason, that's how he played in the playoffs last year. And now it's like Cat is just Hardenstein. He just out there to grab rebounds and pass it back to Jalen Brunson.
So you say there's no hope for them?
Knicks finna get beat, bro. Knicks finna get upset. And it shouldn't be an upset, but it's an upset. The Knicks finna get upset, bro.
Okay. Next game, let's see. The Clippers versus the Nuggets. That was another game.
Series in basketball right now. This is my favorite series.
That's a no disappoint. I low key feel like Kawhi Leonard was channeling some Kobe. He was on some Kobe shit.
It's the best series. The stars are hooping. If you bought a ticket to go see your Clippers hooping. If you bought a ticket to go see Jokic and the Nuggets, they over there hooping too. This is must-see basketball. The $50 million players are showing you why they are worth $50 million in this series. This is worth watching. They are healthy. They are hooping. These games are close. There is defense. It is offense. It is beautiful. You got to see Kawhi go bonkers. Go straight robot mode. You get to see Jokic take over his moments and just look pretty in these games. You get to see basketball. Like, this is the best series in basketball. I like the Lakers and them, but that series feels like it might be Lakers in 5. I think this is the one
You
that
said
could
this
go.
the first series to go to 9 because they love it so much.
Bruh, this is a great series, bruh. I like it.
And it got the drama because after game one, you got all the everybody keying in on the Michael Porter, how he wasn't in the game overtime, and he was one of the key pieces, all that, and speculating, and Jokic go in and he say, look, if you ain't tuned into basketball and willing to give it your all at this time of the season, then basketball ain't for you. You don't deserve to play the game. And that's what he said. So I was interested to see how is
How
that
you
going to be
gonna respond?
perceived? Because in other countries and other cultures, they gonna be direct. They ain't beating around the bush. Over
Yeah,
here in the Americas, we gonna beat around the bush. We gonna bullshit. We gonna be like, who is that? Oh, we ain't gonna say that to that person because they on this level. Nah,
yeah.
Jokic, he put it out there and left it for Michael Porter to address it how he gonna address it. And Michael Porter came out with a double double, 15 and 15. That's how Michael Porter showed up, 15 and 15. So I feel like he understood and he said, hey, I ain't give you 20 or 30, but I gave you 15 and 15, and you needed every bit of that. And we lost by three. We lost by three, and that's because Kawhi Bryant was out there and that motherfucker torch and went off for down there
There's
40.
nobody on that team that can guard him.
They
Like
need them defenders.
Aaron Gordon looks he can give you as much as he can, but Aaron Gordon can't guard Kawhi Leonard, bro.
They need a defender on that team.
See, the thing is, Michael Porter Jr. is actually the perfect size to cause him problems, but
But he
he's the
ain't got
worst
it.
defender in the lineup.
Yeah.
like, he's the only person size wise, youth wise, athleticism wise, that should be able to at least, if you give effort for however many minutes you play, should, cause problems.
Yeah.
He's just the least willing to play that way. Like, nah, bro, put me on somebody. Put me on some goddamn Zubak if I have to. Put me on
Man.
anybody.
You heard what he said after the first game. Said, fuck that, put me on the bench.
Put
That boy
me
said, put
anywhere
me on
where
the
I can
bench.
have. Cause like, bro, this is a great series. You got Westbrook, you got Harden, you got Kawhi, you got Yoke, Jamal, you got everybody playing basketball.
What, what,
Everybody strapping up.
what you calling for game three? We going back to LA. What you calling?
Clippers, hey, I think the Clippers might have something here, bro.
I think
I
I
think
think Clippers I think Clippers take game three.
I
Home
think the
first
Clippers might have something here. I think
first
Game 4 is gonna be the MVP game. I
yeah.
think Game 4, Jokic have a 60, something like he go 50, 20, and 15, something stupid. And I think in one of these games, Jamal Murray gonna have to win them a game. Jamal Murray is Jamal Murray gonna have to match what Harden is doing. You can't if Harden giving you 18, 8, and 10, you just can't go give him 17, 4, and 4.
Nope.
You just
So you
can't.
calling you calling Clippers game three?
I got Clippers. Jamal Murray is not matching what Harden doing, bro.
I'm go
Healthy
I go
Kawhi look like he's the best player in the NBA.
I'm going to the
Healthy Kawhi
Bucks.
look like he's the best player on the court, bro.
Bucks versus the Pacers. So ahead of this game, D Lil chirping at Halliburton because Halliburton rubbing him the wrong way. D Lil say I'm a bust your ass, boy. D Lil tell everybody NBA Nation, ain't no way I'm not playing game two. Man been out for a month. He said I'm playing game two. He show up, he tries to deliver and they fall short. Are we being extra critical of D Lil? Do we understand? The man ain't played basketball in a month, so this ain't really on him. However, they lost. What's your take on that?
He hasn't played in a month, and this not really the team where you can go when you chirp at somebody, you're gonna really have that opportunity to go out there and show. Like Portland Dame would have lit his ass up every play coming to me.
Yeah.
Every play they giving me the ball after offensive rebounds. Goddamn it, I'm getting every play. I'm getting every shot up. I'm about to put 50 on your head. There's nothing you can do with Portland Dame. That is not this team. This is Giannis. This is the Giannis Bucks. We gonna
Yeah.
play through Giannis. I'm gonna get the shots I can get, but you know what it is. Like Dame really feel like nigga. You know, if I didn't have to pass him the ball, you know what it is.
I
And
mean, you
he's
should have seen the
also
way he came
he
and
can
shot
he
them his
also
first
coming
two
back.
threes. I was like, oh shit! Like I knew he had his hand was on the button called pressure. He was applying pressure, but it's two different styles of basketball. On the Bucks, it's Dame and it's Giannis forcing the issue, a bunch of ISO ball. Watch me work. Nobody else is showing up. Then at the end, Bobby Porter showed up. Third quarter, Kuzma got going, dropped like what 8 or 12 in the third, 8 in the third quarter, and then he disappeared in the fourth quarter until he showed up and got his last two buckets. On the Pacers, Nembhard got that dog in him. Halliburton, Tyrese Halliburton got that dog in him talking that shit. Neesmith said, I got your back. Motherfucking Miles Turner talking shit said, yeah, I'm really like that. Siakam ready to
Siakam
fight
is
somebody.
playing Giannis
Fucking
like he's
TT,
not
what
turning
TJ
down.
McConnell coming off the bench like JJ Barea. Like everybody that's touching, I mean, even one dude I learned, Walker, I learned his name yesterday. They coming in the game looking to do something. The Bucks not doing that.
Siakam not scared of Giannis.
No.
Siakam, they must see each other too much throughout the year. He must have seen too much Giannis throughout the seasons or something. Siakam is playing Giannis like, bro, like they are the same people. Like, bro, you are
Bro,
just another person. He
Siakam
is
playing
not scared of
Giannis.
Giannis.
Siakam playing Giannis like he believed what Harden said. Harden said, Giannis, you don't have any skill. You're just big and what he run dunk man. That's what you call him, run dunk man.
Run dunk man, bro. See, bro. Siakam is going. He going to the rim on Giannis. Like Giannis don't got no muscles on him or something. Like he
Right.
playing Giannis like he just a normal NBA player guarding him. And
Mm,
then everybody else is cooking too. Like it's like, bro, y'all might not have enough to overcome the Pacers. Like I
yeah.
know y'all want to beat the light skinned Halliburton, but Halliburton didn't come by himself. Like, he
No.
came with his
This
boys, bro. You
this
not
not a
just
fair fight.
this is
So
not a fight.
what you calling game 3 in Milwaukee?
But I do believe though this series may go seven. Because I do believe going back to Milwaukee, the Bucks will win game 3 and 4. Because
I
I
think the
know that
Bucks,
the
I think
role player,
they finna feed off their crowd.
yeah, I don't
Um
think the role players are
they
gonna play
finna
as well
adjust
on
to
the
D
road.
Lil being back. Doc Rivers
And
finna do a
the
little bit
Pacers
better
aren't a good
coaching.
road team. They're not the best road team.
Yeah.
So at home, yes, they cook. They role players play well at home, but I think on the road, and I think going Milwaukee is a hard place to play in. You know how the small market teams
Yeah.
how they feel be. They teams be rocking, bro. Get you lay Giannis. Dame come out hit two threes like that. Game might be over in the first quarter
Oh
if
yeah,
it gets
Dame
so
finna get going. Dame and everybody chirping.
it might
Dame
be
finna
a
get
game
going.
right now. Then if Dame have a game where he go nuts, that might be scary for the whole series.
Oh yeah, it's finna get quiet. Halliburton finna shut up. And you know what Halliburton probably telling him? I'm an Olympian, bro. I'm an Olympian, bro. Hey, that hit home. But on to the Grizzlies Thunder. Hey, Ja Morant didn't lie. Ja Morant said they will never be that bad ever again. They stayed true to their word. They followed suit. And instead of losing by down there 50, they only lost by 20.
They
So
lost
that
by
is an
51.
imp- huh?
They first one was a 51-point loss. They lost by 51.
So instead of losing by the 50, they improved and they lost by 19. So they improved. So
They don't have enough. They don't have enough at all. I think the new coach coming in and putting Scottie Pippen
bad
in the starting
timing.
lineup. Bad timing, bad rotations. I think Santi Aldama should still be in the starting lineup. I think that Bain should be at the two, Santi at the three, back how it
Put
was in the
Pippen on the
beginning of the
bench.
season. I think Scottie Pippen should be back off the bench,
Yeah.
like he was. I think that they need to rely. If you gonna play Zach Edey, you gotta live with Zach Edey. Y'all do too much trying to play Zach Edey and then play this small lineup. This is not the team to play a small lineup against.
Hell no.
Y'all already have small guards. Their guards aren't small. Y'all got small bigs. They bigs not small either. They got 2 7-footers out there. They got a real two. They got a real 7-footer Hartenstein and a 7'2" power forward. You got your 7'4" Biggs Edey, and every 5 minutes you want to take him out because you want to play Aldama, Bane, Jaren Jackson, Ja, and Pippen together. For what?
Make the Thunder look good.
Like, y'all be out there trying to run with him. You realize Jalen Williams is just going to the rim and dunking on y'all. Like, he's just going. Every time y'all take Edey out, every single time he sits, it becomes a layup 3 drill.
Ready? Hope you pack shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn. You